日本時間4月8日、米国時間4月7日、ロサンゼルス、ドジャースはトロント、ブルージェイズ戦に勝利し、完成度の高い試合運びを見せた。中心となったのは山本由伸の安定した投球と、打線全体の連動である。山本はこの日、速球と変化球のコンビネーションで打者を翻弄し、試合序盤から主導権を掌握。前回よりも良い感覚で投げられた、と振り返りつつも、課題としてセットポジションからの修正点を挙げた。その冷静な自己分析もまた、エースとしての成熟を感じさせる内容だった。打線では下位打線の働きが光った。アレックス、フリーランドやキム、ヘソンが出塁と機動力で流れを作り、大谷翔平ら上位打線へとつなぐ。ラインの循環が機能。派手さだけでなく、細部を積み重ねるドジャースらしい攻撃が際立った。一方、ブルージェイズのジョン・シュナイダー監督は、得点圏での一本不足と判断面の課題を認め、我慢と選球が必要、と振り返った。投打が噛み合い、隙のない野球を体現したドジャース。試合後の選手、監督インタビューでは、その裏側にある意識と準備が語られている。ぜひ最後までご覧いただきたい。
Alex, you had quite the day at the plate. 3 hits, a sac bunt, an RBI, 2 run scores. I feel like I could keep going. When you look at just the results, how good did it feel to finally see some balls fall there?
Oh, it felt amazing. I've just been trying to be consistent, just keep putting together good at-bats, and hopefully they fell, and they fell tonight, so that's good.
Obviously, when you want the results, sometimes you've been having some hard-hit contact, but the results weren't there. I mean, how did you find just staying true to yourself?
I mean, this game's going to humble you a lot, so I mean, just keep showing up and keep putting in the work, and the results will handle themselves. So I just keep showing up and try and be the same guy.
You were told just kind of what your role was going to be and being that guy at the bottom of the order. With you and Hae-Sung Kim today, how you guys were able to continue to turn things over, counting for 4 of the runs. I mean, how do you describe what the two of you could do and how it sets up the top of the order?
No, I mean, I think me and Kim down at the bottom of the order, we might get overlooked a lot, but you know, I think both of us can put together quality at bats and flip a lineup and have speed on the bases, especially for guys like Sho and Tuck at the top, and they hit those gap shots and we can score.
Now tell me, what was it like playing behind Yoshinobu Yamamoto today?
It's always special to play behind him. I always really enjoy watching him throw.
You knew that this was going to be an exciting series. When it came to World Series rematch, I mean, describe what it was like to kind of being a part of this matchup, and of course, how close this one today was.
Yeah, well, I mean, last year I wasn't here, so this was my first time experiencing it, but like I could feel the tension and feel the atmosphere, and man, I just enjoy playing in an environment like this, so I really enjoyed it.
Well, Alex, a great day at the plate, a great day on the field. Congratulations on this win.
Thank you so much.
Well, we've seen this script before. Yoshinobu Yamamoto pitches well, and the Dodgers win again in Toronto.
Yeah, I look at Toronto and I see how they play, and it's kind of sloppy. You know, they've made 9 errors on the season. We watched what was going on in this game. The Dodgers have only made 1 error on the season, Will Smith's throwing error. Nothing by a fielder. They're playing the edges of the game properly, and they're showing it here.
How about the bottom of the order tonight?
It's really good to see those guys succeed because you know what they're trying to battle to get on the roster. They're battling for playing time. They're thinking, am I ever going to get in there with this star-studded lineup? And now they come in and they contribute. A lot of fun to see.
All right, series wraps up tomorrow. The Dodgers go for a sweep, go for a perfect road trip as they hand the ball to Shohei Ohtani.
Yoshi, when you look at this outing, how you were able to navigate so efficiently through the Blue Jays lineup, did you find that today was probably the best you felt this regular season?
まず今日これだけ効果的に投げれた要因と今シーズン3試合ですけど一番良かったですか？
そうですね、前の2試合に比べて、また少し感覚がよく、コントロールして投げられたなと、思います。はい。
Yes, I felt better than last two outings.
With what do you think happened there, either in the 6th or even early in the 7th, that just allowed them to attack you a little bit differently?
まあ6回と7回の最初の方、ちょっとうまくいかなかった要因っていう相手の方にありましたか？
まあちょっとセット入ってから、まあもう少しなところがあるなと、今日の試合で感じましたし、まあそこは一つ課題ではありますけど。まあ、後半、なんとか7回3人抑えて、っていうのが一番良かったんですけど、まあ、ちょっと先頭を出してしまって、まあ、ベシアに助けられました。
Yeah, because a little bit I was off from the stretch, and then that's something I need to clean up for the next outing. And then I wanted to complete the 7th inning, but I allowed it lead off and then I get on the base. So that's something I need to look back on.
The first 5 innings were really no stress. What was working so well in that stretch?
まあ5回まで素晴らしかったんですけども、何が一番うまくいった要因ですか、5回まで。
まあノーワインドの時、まあ昨日からまたちょっと感覚が良くなって、なのでまあコントロール しっかり、まあストレートも変化球も思ったように投げれてたので、まあ相手は積極的に来てましたけど、それがうまいことこうはまって球数も少なくいけてたかなと、はい、思います。
Yeah, because yesterday, since yesterday, because I started feeling even better, and I was able to carry that on into today's game, and then so that's why I was able to control my pitches, both fastball and then also off speed.
First, Yoshinobu, just what he was able to do, especially kind of. Let's start with, I guess, through the 5 innings of work, how efficient he was. What were you seeing with him when it came to just his command and how he was controlling the strike zone?
Yeah, I mean, he had command of everything. I thought the split, the fastball, you know, using the curveball when he needed to, you know, he got those guys in a swing mode kind of a situation where they didn't want to get into counts. You saw they were aggressive, which helped the efficiency, and you know, he threw the baseball really well, and so to get him to touch the 6th inning, you know, Okamoto did a great job on that challenge where he could have punched him out, gives it the double, then the bunt base hit. So I thought right there it was a good time to get Vesia in there, and you know, after the leadoff walk, he did a great job of, you know, limiting the damage or actually preventing no damage, you know, allowing no damage. And so just a great outing by Vess, and yeah, Trinan was really good tonight, and then finishing it with Diaz.
When you look at just what the bottom of the order has been able to do, I mean, how valuable is it when you have a guy, whether it's Alex Freeland or Hae-Sung Kim, and how they're either getting on base, being able to turn over the lineup, and just continuing to be a threat at the bottom of the lineup?
You know, it's one of those things that it seems like each night the guys at the bottom are doing things to help us win. And tonight, Alex, the sac bunt, then the base hit, you know, with the guy on first base, gets another hit late. And he's obviously been playing a lot of great defense. But just to be able to have some production at the bottom of the order, and then Shohei was on base, you know, 2 or 3 times tonight. So it just makes our lineup go, and it's, you know, you just can't come up for air. And Gossman is one of the best in the game. And so for us to, you know, manufacture early and, you know, get him out when we did, that's a big win.
John, on the ejection there, just the balk you disagreed with or anything else you wanted to raise with him?
That was it.
With your offense the last week, what's going on, and what's the way out of this for your hitters?
The way out of it is, you know, someone needs to get the big hit. You know, there's opportunities that are out there, and it's just a matter of who's it going to be. You know, you never know who it's going to be. Could happen early, could happen late. Today was the 7th inning. You know, bases loaded, nobody out, and it'll happen. You know, it runners in scoring position is such a weird thing. It ebbs and it flows. I know we were really good last year. Started slow, but got after it. So hopefully it turns. That's it. You got to kind of just stick with it, and not let everything else kind of make that harder when that opportunity does come about.
John, to that end, there were opportunities in this game, and I'm sure everybody wants to be the person to get the big hit. Where do you see the gap in the execution there right now? Is it some anxiety there, like approach-wise? What do you see in terms of preventing the execution from happening?
Not anxiety. I think patience comes into it. You know, what you're swinging at comes into it, and then not being afraid to just take a walk at times. And, you know, that's all part of it. So, again, it's a tricky thing, and pitchers are good. You know, whether it's starter, reliever, pitchers are good. You have to be convicted in what you're trying to do in every situation. Whether it's bases loaded, nobody out, or first and third, one out, whatever it may be, it's kind of just do your job and move it on to the next guy. That's what we were really good at last year. It's what we, you know, are striving to continue to do, and it's just not happening right now.
Before the game, you mentioned sort of being in sync too. How much does Kevin giving 5 1/3, allowing you to use the bullpen the way you like, help in that regard?
Yeah, that was. I mean, I think Kev was really good. I thought it was closer to what we should look like. You know, there's a couple plays here and there that we usually make, and you know, just I think the way we're built is we can't shoot ourselves in the foot. We can't give extra outs. And then it just kind of allows us to be who we are, you know, and that hasn't really been the case the last week. So I thought Kev's outing was really encouraging. And then you get guys in that should be in at the right time. And, you know, minus, you know, Hoff. I thought Hoff threw the ball really well too, but minus that play where you want to kind of keep that extra run off the board. I thought everything was, you know, trending in the right direction, minus, you know, just getting the big hit with runners in scoring position.
Given what you've been saying about Hoffman for most of the year, was 3 days off about the most that you want to go?
Yeah, I mean, again, I'm trying to relay information as much as I can to Pete and D being in the clubhouse. But yeah, I thought it was the right call to get him in there. And again, I thought he threw the ball really well. I think he's got 13 strikeouts in 5 innings, something like that. I mean, we want to keep him right there. I think execution-wise with, you know, split, slider, and fastball, kind of what we were shooting for. So another good outing for him.
And if you were trying to relay information during the game, what was the call to not pinch hit for either Jimenez or Valenzuela there in that big spot in the 7th?
I mean, you kind of look at your personnel, right? I think our process is such where we talk about everything, you know, myself, DeMarlo, Pete, Dunk, Drew, Bud, we're all talking before the game. We kind of understand what everyone can do. So whether I'm in the clubhouse or whether I'm in the dugout, you know, I trust those guys to kind of be in sync with me. So every situation, you look at your personnel, and again, that situation called for contact, you know, and with Himmy, you feel good about that. And for Valley, you feel good about that being a switch hitter. And it just didn't work out tonight.
And with the balk, I know it wasn't, whatever explanation was given was not to your satisfaction, but did he say anything about why the call was made so late? Isn't it usually a balk call before the pitch is delivered?
Yeah, you know, Kev has a, you know, when he comes set, you know, kind of tap, you know, he was kind of the poster child for complete body stop a couple of years ago. I remember back in Baltimore a few years ago, he got called for one, and he's very well aware of that. And when you look at it, it's Kev came set. It was a slide step to, you know, control the running game. So definitely was not a balk. I'm not going to move off of that. You know, what you see in real time is usually right. Then when you look at it on video, it was definitely right. So just didn't appreciate the fact that there's 4 umpires and one of them thought he saw something. So that was all I told him. You know, you don't have to get creative. You know, Kev's been pitching for 10 years and he's been doing that for 10 years. So felt kind of nice to get a little frustration out.
I bet it did. Yoshinobu Yamamoto, look at his career against the Jays, and this includes the World Series last year. 4-0, a 1.14 ERA, the old .76 whip. Jays only hitting 183 against him.
3 wins in the World Series last year. I'm sure Jays fans remember that very well. Now, coming up after the break, we'll hear from the guy who had the unfriendly task of going up against Yoshinobu Yamamoto. That's Kevin Gausman, takes the loss on this day as the Jays lose a 6th straight game. Gausman coming up next.
今回も最後までご視聴いただき本当にありがとうございました。動画の内容を楽しんでいただけたでしょうか。もしよろしければチャンネル登録と高評価をお願いいたします。皆さんの応援が今後の動画制作の大きな励みになります。それではまた次回の動画でお会いしましょう。